Hi friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel for my third video ever. Woo-hoo! 3 is a good number for me. I like that number. I think some people like that number. Unless you're one of those people who only likes like variables of 5 or like even numbers. I don't know, you guys are weird. Whatever. Anyway, so this build is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a more closed off floor plan than the last 2 videos I've done. The kitchen and dining room specifically have more separation in them. It is all one level, and it just kept growing a little. I mean, not tons, but a little. I did play with the floor plan like kind of throughout. I kind of had it where I wanted it, I thought, and then I went back and moved a couple of the bedrooms around. You can see this first like section on the right. It just kind of felt like too big for the house. It felt bulky, so I tried to maneuver it. And I got it kind of to where I wanted it. It looked a lot better once I put landscaping in, which again, I didn't show the majority of it, but I did show a little bit of it just because I don't know. I thought it worked out on this one. I like really overgrown landscaping, so it seems really cluttered. If someone has a good idea on how to make it not seem so cluttered, but still like relatively full, that would be nice. But I did leave in a small snippet of me doing some landscaping in the front here. But still just kind of playing with the roof. And the first thing I did was go in with the kitchen. The color scheme for this one is relatively different from the last builds that I've done, with more neutral color palettes. Like this one, I went a little bit crazy, especially in the kitchen and living room area. Wanted to get lots of pops of yellow. I love yellow. So lots of yellow, and I think it works really nicely with this teal color of these cabinets, which I never use. I never use these cabinets because, like, whose kitchen only has drawers? Like, the bottom, none of the, like, counters are cabinets. They're just drawers, which I think is so weird. Like, why wouldn't you have given us some variation there? But, whatever. We'll get 17 new toilets in the next update, which apparently is Sims University. Woo woo! I bet people are going crazy. I haven't read any comments because I'm sure they're all just going to be like, it's about time. And, like, come on. I don't know. I guess I haven't been playing Sims 4 for as long as other people. I held on to Sims 3 literally until it just wouldn't boot up on my computer. But I did use Sims 3 University quite a bit, or I mean, relatively often, more often than I use some of the gameplay that I have in Sims 4. I don't know. I have Sims 4 Strangerville, and I have never played with it. Like, I've used cast and build items, but I've never actually even built in Strangerville or used any of the storyline. Kind of the same way with Island Living. Like, I use those items and I have built there once, but I've never played as a mermaid or done a lot of the gameplay that comes along with it. But maybe that'll change with Sims 4 University. That's a completely different kind of gameplay that we've had so far. It's obviously geared towards the young adult Sims, which a lot of Sims 4 is across the board. But I don't know, I think it like mends the gap between like teenager and like parenthood style. The actual pack, not real people being parents and things, because like don't be a parent if you don't want to and all. But I think that just in terms of like fleshing the game out, that's a really good way to do that is with a university pack. I also really wish that we had a pack geared towards the elderly. I think that the elder life stage in The Sims, the entire franchise, is so lacking and always has been. Like, what fun things little old grandmas could do, like knitting and like, I don't know, bird watching and stuff. I don't know, my grandparents do that. They're obsessed with, their hummingbirds. Can you relate? Comment down below if your grandparents are obsessed with hummingbirds or any kind of birds. I mean, they're always like, oh, we had 2 hummingbirds yesterday, but we haven't seen that third one in a while. And it's like, okay, yeah, great, love you. Like, how odd. But I don't know. I think that that's something that's so lacking and always has been, and no one ever pays attention to it. And I never, ever play with elders. And I think that's why, like, there's nothing, I mean, they might as well just be the adult. Like, there's nothing specifically for elders in this game. I really wish, like, where are the poker tables? Do your grandparents play poker? I don't think that mine do. Where I'm from, everyone plays euchre, and that's about it. But I mean, people like grandparents go to like card nights at like old, you know, high rises and country clubs and places where old people play cards. I don't know where they play cards, okay? I really don't. But like, could we bring in some things that the elderly people can do that is specifically geared towards them? Visors. Could we get some sweet poker visors? Thank you. That's all I want. But anyway, here I am furnishing the inside of the house. I did mess with the floor plan again. Um, it just, that first big room in the front just didn't make any sense and didn't really fit nicely. So I flipped things around, and I think it worked out a lot better. Here I'm just placing those columns on the sides of that, on the corners of the house. I don't know why I think that looks really good, but I do. Um, I wish that more siding options came like with a, end cap like that. I feel like a lot of them did in Sims 3, but not so much in Sims 4. But I did pretty up the backyard a little bit. I thought that this little family here would be really into entertaining. I guess I always think that because otherwise you just have a blank backyard. But I love that tree for movie hangout stuff or night or whatever. I don't even know. Like, the pack name is too complicated, but I love this stuff from that pack. I think a lot of it is super fun. I wish they had some more neutral swatches for a lot of the things that they had, but I'm pretty pleased with the overall, like, general things that come with it. I use it all the time, or little things from it all the time. And a lot of the cast items are really nice. I mean, the gameplay is lacking, but it is just a stuff pack, so what can you expect? But the actual, cast and build items I really like and find myself using a lot. Maybe that's just like what's in right now, but I don't know. Now that I'm watching this back and, doing a voiceover and then redoing the voiceover and then redoing the voiceover again, I actually really like the layout of this house. I think it's super functional and practical. And I'm a hallway kind of person. I almost always hide all of my like bedroom doors, bathroom doors in a hallway. I hate when they're just in like the room. I know that that's not very functional space, but I think that it's more realistic, and I also think it just looks nicer in real life and in The Sims. Also, this laundry room is cute, but I can't wait to do an actual big like mud room because I love mud rooms in real life. And I always say I'm going to do them when I'm building, and then I don't. I don't put the space in for them, and I don't take the time to make it really nice and big. And I think it's because a mudroom goes really well. It pairs, it's a nice pairing with a garage, and we don't have garages. And listen, I'm not even looking for cars, just like the aesthetic of a garage, garage doors, shelving, storage, fake cars that our Sims don't even have to get in. Like, that would be great. Just to have a garage attachment to a house, because lots of houses have attached garages to them, or even detached garages to them. Just a garage on the property. Do you know how many things the elderly could do in their garage? My grandfather lives in his garage. There could be so many things. That's all we need. Forget university. We're just gonna have garages and elderly. It'll be a like, I don't know. Someone come up with an alliteration or like something for that. Elderly and garages. Just garages. Garages and grandpas. There it is. And grandmas. We'll throw it all in there. That's what I want. That would flesh out my game for me. I would be into that. But here I am just cluttering things up again. Moving on to the dining room. I loved those chairs. I've never used those chairs before. I actually find myself like using a lot of things that I had never used before in this build. Maybe it's because I was going on a funny color scheme, so it required me to branch out a little bit more. But I was glad that I did. There were a couple paintings from like cats and dogs that I had never used, and I'm disappointed because I actually really love them. This whole part of the build, if you notice, I'm pulling everything from the household inventory, and that's because I filmed this twice. When I got done filming it the first time, a few hours ago, it was like, oh, sorry, your screen recording failed. So I had to do it all over again. And instead of deleting everything, I just put it in the inventory and grabbed it from there, which I actually think made it, you know, a little easier to follow in terms of how I decorate. Usually, it was all in one place, so I didn't, skip around, jump around to all the different rooms and all the different categories the whole time. So it worked out a lot nicer. Like I said, I didn't have a ton of inspiration for this. A couple, two kids, um, a toddler, and a child. But I ended up really liking both of their rooms. I tried to be a little bit more colorful, like I said, than I did in previous builds. Lots of yellow. So I hope you're into yellow because I'm into yellow. But anyway, screenshots are coming up, so, go ahead and give this a like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Woo! Let me know if your grandparents are obsessed with birds like mine are. And that's all she wrote. Thanks for watching. Bye. It could be called To Grandmother's House We Go. You know, that Mary Kate and Ashley movie? God, I'm good.